Today we're going to talk about some of the reasons Apex was voted the #1 place to live in the US by Time magazine.
All right, what do you not have here that you wish you did?
That's probably the toughest question, right?
Apex is a suburb of Raleigh with a small town feel located in the western Wake County corridor. It's about 20 minutes to both downtown Raleigh and Research Triangle Park, and Apex shares a border with Cary, so it's about 15 minutes from downtown Apex to downtown Cary. In many places, the towns kind of bleed into each other, and it's hard to know whether you're in Cary or Apex, so you'll often see business names or groups that combine the two towns in the Cary-Apex area. And truth be told, Apex is kind of like Cary's little sister. She lives right next door, and she's probably a little jealous of her older and more developed sibling. She also tends to get overlooked a little bit because she's smaller and hasn't yet come fully into her own. But obviously, there is a lot to love about Apex besides just being the next door neighbor of Cary. Apex is that even though it's really convenient to a lot of things, it's on the border of some of the more rural parts of the triangle. So this is the area you might see small farms, horse farms, and that kind of thing. It makes for some really cool recreation. There are some great wineries. And we went to visit a beautiful goat dairy known for their famous small batch goat cheeses. They have these open barn weekends where you can schedule in advance. You get to spend some time playing with baby goats. How much fun is that? And then visiting the inn for a gourmet lunch. Apex is primarily located in Wake County, but some parts of Apex are also located in Chatham County. We'll talk about housing a little bit later in the video. Apex is known for having some of the best public schools in the state. In addition to great public schools, there's also a couple of well-regarded private schools, including Thales Academy and St. Mary Magdalene Catholic School. Peak Charter Academy is a publicly funded charter school located in Apex. Now, because Apex is in 2 counties, if you purchase a home there, you're going to want to check out which school district it's in. Your kids might end up in Wake County schools, or they might end up at Chatham County schools, depending on where your house is.
Lived in Apex since 2013. I'm originally from Danville, Virginia. I love the small town community feeling. I love the amenities, right? We're cheerleading basketball family, so we love the parks. We love the basketball courts, the soccer fields, the open spaces for my kids to play, work on their crafts.
Recreational sports are huge in Apex. If you drive around Apex on an average weekend, the dominant activity you'll see happening is recreational sports. There are fields everywhere, and the parks are always packed. Even though Apex isn't very big, there's pretty much any kind of shopping that you would need here in town. Right on the border of Cary and Apex is Costco. And downtown is a row of quaint, locally owned mom and pop shops that are usually hopping with activity. All your big box stores are located in Beaver Creek, where you'll find Target and Kirkland's, Old Navy, Home Depot, TJ Maxx, all your regular stores, and your movie theater. Beaver Creek is also the culmination of the Beaver Creek Greenway, which is a 2-mile greenway trail that connects the surrounding neighborhoods with the shopping district. Apex maintains 11 total miles of greenway trails, and this is just one of them. So there's lots of shopping, but if you need a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's, you're gonna have to go to Cary. The good news is those stores are only like 10 minutes depending on what part of Apex you're in, so it's usually not that big of a deal. Like I said earlier, there are tons of sports fields in Apex. There are also some pretty amazing parks. Some popular parks are the Apex Nature Park, Crowder Park, tons of turtles. My kids used to love coming here when they were little. Apex Community Park.
I love this park. I go walking around Lake Pine all the time. We play tennis here. This is my tennis team.
And here's the cool thing. Apex Community Park, they have a Ninja Warrior fitness course. It's for ages 13 and up, and it's a really great way for families with older kids to connect. You can also kayak or canoe on the 50-acre lake. And there's a 2-mile paved trail around the lake as well. If you want motorized boats or a decent little beach, you can enjoy them at Jordan Lake, which is about a 15-minute drive from downtown Apex. Another cool thing is the skate park. It's right around the corner from the historic downtown. Apex is known for the popular festivals and events the town puts on each year. They have barbecues and cultural festivals and weird stuff like the family basketball ham toss. As long as there isn't mayonnaise and a pig's head, I guess I'm okay with that. And if that made no sense to you, you should watch my North Carolina versus Texas video because there's some weird stuff happening in Texas. The median home price in Apex is $539,000. That price has increased over the last year by almost 33%. For around that price, you can get a home like this one in Apex. This single family home is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Now it's priced at $520,000, but in today's market for well-presented homes in this area, you're gonna have to bid considerably over the list price to beat out the other offers. And here are a few interesting facts about housing in Apex. In Apex, 20% of homes currently listed are attached housing, and that usually means townhomes rather than condos in this area. But let's put this in context. In Raleigh, 60% of homes currently listed are attached housing. The further you get away from the city, the cheaper the land and the less dense the housing. So Apex really offers people the opportunity to get into a single family home where otherwise they might not be able to. Another interesting thing to know about Apex is that this area is known for having luxury homes on larger lots. Remember that rural area we talked about earlier? That's in Chatham County along the Highway 64 corridor. If you're the kind of person who likes to spend your weekends on scenic drives, first of all, you're my people. Second of all, being here on the 64 corridor is a great place to start off on that drive. Now, we're not near the mountains in the triangle. The closest ones are almost 3 hours away, but heading west on 64, there are some really nice hills and views that can give you that mountain kind of feel. Right now, 21% of homes listed in Apex are sitting on over an acre of land. Now, once you're looking at homes with over an acre of land, the median price goes up to $1.1 million, so it costs you a few dollars to get into that market, but it does exist here when, for example, in Raleigh, only 7% of homes are on over an acre. This home in Apex sits on over 3 acres and offers some stunning features. If there are any perks of having a YouTube channel, I'm about to realize it right now. I'm super excited about this. Chapel Hill is another triangle town that's about the same size as Apex, so you might enjoy watching this video that compares Apex to Chapel Hill.